FRATER and but Mr. PECK were supposed to be here for the recording, but they are not here.
This is apparently how it is going to be, I guess. It is a constant fight between those two. A battle of egos.
Now listen here, listen. The show has to go for a change, okay? Okay, just not liking ad attacking. Ad attacking is like a podcast. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? This is how it is here. It's always been how it is. Yeah, well, listen. Well, listen. I like the fact the mic actually slipped right through the door there. Oh, that didn't feel good on my throat at all. Listen, Frater. We've been doing this for like 15 years. 15 years! We've been doing the show as a podcast because we don't got production value. Yeah, that's why you don't focus on all these, like, understand something, Mr. Peck. The reason why I did the way I did back then was because I didn't have anything other than a screen capture, the most primitive kind of screen capture. If you look at those the original Ninja Gaiden videos, they came from what I call the Ninja Gaiden Marathon. The reason why it was like that was because that's all I had, you idiot. Like I couldn't like put any of my systems, and I look, man, I'll say it, I like retro NES and it's superior than all that other junk because I'm just trying to tell you. Now I know you don't want to listen. Every show we're fighting about it, but listen, that was all I had, so I had to bring in you guys. Well, not you precisely, but I had to bring in characters. I had to do like a podcast thing as a joke. All right. Well, listen here. Listen here. I've given you a lot of free reign on this show because I'm trying to be able to factor there's those other yahoos over at Mechatrecica left me high and dry. They did. They indeed left you high and dry, but they left us all high and dry. Well, you got me on that. But listen here, we gotta go and do a show. It's just the way we do things. I know, but I'm gonna state things. What is bothering you? Okay, let's talk about it. We're into a little drama. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, well, number one, my problem, my gripes with the show is IG-88. Uh-oh. Oh, well, he's in the other room. I don't think he can hear you. Well, I'm glad he can't because I am a little tired of having to do the TTS voices for having to write it out and then I have to go and find on Wikipedia. Yeah. We'll just say it right off the bat, hands up in the air. You guys, yeah, I'm sorry to say I don't exactly do a deep research on games. I just go for wherever the Wikipedia article is. Yeah. I know in college they say don't use Wikipedia. It's not reliable. True. But in a lot of ways, this shows Bush League, just like Wikipedia. It's scuffed. Wikipedia's scuffed, and so are we. Exactly. Which makes it good enough. Well, we're going to get that. Well, first off, it's just I said, I'm tired of the IGA thing. It's funny, but sometimes the voice screws up. Have you not noticed it? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, sometimes it's a German voice. So sometimes we went with it, folks, because it does sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's kind of got that Schwarzenegger kind of, yeah, and we're a retro show, so we we like the idea. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger on the show, so it's a well. I'm glad you like that, But but so what I'm proposing. Are you saying we're gonna lose a member of the show? Freighter IG-88's been around since the beginning. I mean, yeah, he's a prop, but he doesn't normally talk. But come on, man, like, please, like, like, yeah. But I'm tired of the history stuff. Like, I realize, yeah, I have to talk and take up time. So that's really all it is. Is I'm just wasting time until the game, right? Like, well, it's because listen, I'm used to the productions of what the original Freighter vs. Retro were, which is generally we aim at 10 minutes, maybe a little more if there's some really good scenes. Or well, there's really no scenes, but descriptive scenes, verbally descriptive scenes. Yeah, so what I'm proposing is can we kind of like no, cut it down to like 5 minutes? Freighter. Oh, Freighter. I mean, look, I can't like can you or something because then I have no one else. And it's just me, Mr. Pennybacker. Who's be role playing as the bad Mr. Peck. I kind of have to work with you, and then so that means yeah, I have to kind of go with your wishes. Uh, well, what do you want now for the future? Like, well, look, S Duck is cute, and well, she adds a lot of variety. I guess she started things off, but she doesn't know where we're at and stuff. And yeah, yeah, like I think this might be the last show where it's like a really long monologue, and then we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna try to see if we can cut it down because I have to ask you, isn't there are like projects and I know, well, we're breaking fifth wall if we go too far there. There's lots of projects, I could say. I mean, it would help to kind of move this on and, we get the rest of the year done. And then, of course, then understand, yes, 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 there's other projects. Yeah. So do you want this really to be? I mean, is the folks at home, are they really going to like tune out? Are they not getting like the history of like deja vu? Well, I mean, would it help if sometimes we just kind of skim for that a little bit before we do a show? We can do that, but I don't feel like copy pasting it into some little text block. And then I'm not even entirely sure if the German is even sometimes folks, the German voice, it will say most of it in English and all of a sudden it glitches out and it'll start speaking in German. It's funny, we kinda kept with it because it was funny, but yeah, it's kinda stupid. So, I think we're gonna stop doing, like, the history stuff because that was actually a joke with that was actually, in fact, a joke with, uh, what is it, you mean Peter Graves? Yeah, that was a joke, actually, it was an inside joke with, that with Peter Graves that he would actually, he didn't actually, like, contribute anything to the show, but he would just so what he would do is he would read off Wikipedia entries, the idea that it annoys all the other characters. That was the comedy of it. Oh, that, okay, I seem to have some memory of how that character used to work. Yeah, and so of course, that character kinda grew into his own thing in the new Freighter versus Retro, and other things, and even with a lot of what I call very affectionately the wilderness time period of the Saturngrad era. Well, it's definitely a wilderness. Um, yeah, sure you want to do? You want to go in there and talk to them, or well, you know what that means? Well, making TTS voices, yeah. Uh, look, I think S Duck can. We can keep S Duck around, she's funny, I would be willing to still keep like her AI around and stuff, but with with the bot, I think with IG88, I think I'd just be happy if he just said hi or some kind of intro message, and then that would be kind of it. Sort of, well, that's his role has been reduced, and it's good. That's your orders. Yeah. Well, to be fair, he never really had any kind of some whatever it was. Yeah. Well, all right, we'll go on in and go talk to S Duck and them.
Boys, where were you?
Well, we're making changes to the show. We gonna try to cut the show's time down as far as like not the game, but playing the NES game, but to cut down on like unnecessary extra voices and stuff. Like we're keeping US Duck, but by G88 we're gonna kind of do away with the history stuff because look at IG, your voice is like it's kind of glitchy, and sometimes it doesn't really like work out right, and it's funny. It's a goofy, funny voice, but yeah. So we're just gonna go on to the game. Don't worry about it. And yeah, this is the Frater SH Immortal Hours, and this is the Power Glove Congress, and all that jazz. And wow, it wouldn't be the last time we Frater, that we kind of didn't have a Power Glove Congress. Don't get upset. Well, I know, but it's just we have to do changes sometimes and mix things up, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe it does like go a little longer than usual. Okay, let's get to that game. We are back again, and click. The key unlocks the front door. Now we're starting to actually move outside this building. It's a slow-moving game, and but you see a mugger in your way. He wants all your money. Oh no! It might be wise to give it to him. Oh no! Yeah, but you worked on all that. Well, I mean, the choice is that or just get shot. Oh. Let's see what the guide recommends. Well, you know what it recommends. Give him the money. First you give him the money. Then you get the power. Then you get the weapon. What? Oh, we give him a $20 bill. So we give him a $20 bill. He takes your money and skips away saying, ha ha, the gun wasn't even loaded. Well, now wait a minute. That's what the guy told me to do. Probably because in reality it actually was. Probably because the gun actually was, but then probably makes you want to try to reload, and then you find out, oh no, it was actually loaded. That's just what the guy told me what to do. So, let's see, what do we do now? What's the guy gonna tell us to do now? You can see all the stuff would be just trial and error, I think there is some kind of like timing system with this. I know it looks like you could just like sit here like forever, like, just do whatever you want, take your time. But I think there is actually some kind of a timing system with this, where your character feels more sick or something if you're not. You got some. The door is now unlocked. That if you're not. What it is your character has like a poison in him or something, and so it kind of creates like a time system. You see nothing unusual about the plush interior of the Mercedes-Benz. Now remember, this is a Mercedes-Benz, not a Mercedes and a Benz. Unlike a certain talking saw, who was being interviewed by Destiny. He said, I have both a Mercedes and a Benz. It's funny that your memory brings up stuff, you know, very randomly, like 5 years later. You open the dashboard. It says dash. It's supposed to be dashboard. They were limited by, you know, like the amount of words they can use and stuff. So they had to kind of compress everything. And let's see here. You take the map. Take the snapshot from the dashboard. The dashboard. Yes. The dashboard. Okay. Examine note 2. It's a car registration made out to Joel Siegel of 123 Street. That's a dox. In our day of the internet, that's called a dox. It's a street map. The way Joe's Bar is marked in ink, the address is 1050 Peoria Street. That's dox. The writing on the map reads Ace. Follow this route. That way you'll know if you're being followed. Be careful. You don't want the cops to find Mrs. Sternwood in the trunk. Uh-oh! Mrs. Sternwood in the trunk? What's going on? It's a snapshot of a 400-pound woman. You feel as if you should recognize her. 400-pound woman. Oh my god. Say Yokozuna and drag or something? I don't know. Okay, just reviewing. Move. Yeah, we're gonna get out of the car. We're on the street in front of Joe's Bar. You can't see anybody. Trying to figure where it wants to take me. It's interesting to read like a guide for this, you know, like in games. I haven't played it before. I think I made it like taking a shot. Uh-oh, a woman comes out of nowhere and says, "It's been a while, I just got out of prison. I wanted to pay our old friend Siegel a visit, but I only found his car out front. So I prepared a little surprise under the hood, something to even the score. I got a little surprise in my purse for you too." Uh-oh. Socko! Socko! Mick Foley pulls out like a light from her purse and pops it out. Boom! You're standing over the lady you just knocked out. Socko! I wouldn't advise standing here much longer. Socko! Mr. Socko! You've suddenly turned into Mick Foley, and you have become mankind, and you've put a sock over your hand, and you have attacked her with Mr. Socko. Open the handbag. Take the makeup. Use. on self. I should have tried to do that. That would have been kind of funny. See if what would happen to the game. You know, if it would actually say, you have put the makeup on. It looked quite good. Still looking at the guide. It's kind of awkward, you know. I'm like trying to look up a guide here, and I'm standing over this like woman with a very tiny head. Kind of awkward. You're standing in the street in front of the bar. Yeah, so she kind of tampered the vehicle, so you can't even drive it if you wanted to. It would blow up. Apparently she had the knowledge of explosives to know how to do that to a car. Hey, it's the entertainment world. You can anything is very easy to rig up. You're in front of a stand that's open for business. Might not be the best time to brush up on current events. It's 25 cents a copy, if you want it. Take the far right one on the bottom. Says the newsboy. Why the one on the far right corner? Well, why not in the top center? I want the one on the far left. They all look the same. Thanks a lot, says the newsboy cheerfully. Newsboy said, the cops have been roaming around the area looking for suspicious characters. They got a call from some dame who lives across the street from Joe's bar. She told them that she saw some funny goings on around there, and she gave the description that fits you. Better watch your step. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Examine. The headline reads, the Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor. The Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor. Wow, that's some crazy stuff. Move in that direction, I guess. Oh. Looks like Pugapi Adams. You run into Pugapi Adams, who blocks your way. He stands so close that your eyes water. Yeah, he smells. The following words dribble out of his mouth. I got it, Scoop. Something. They'll save your life if you. It's 4.50 to ya. Oh, he does look like Pugapi Adams. That's fortunately the real Pugapi Adams has joined a bunch of traders and is now on Metro Trek. Very sad stuff. He was actually a man of potential amazingness, but he's fallen astray. Well, to each their own. Pugapi Adams. I'll give him a coin. Bum gladly takes the money, looks around. Says Joey's hitman has been looking for you. I got the word. He's waiting in your office. Well, that's some information. Yeah, that's some important information. Thank you. It's just everybody just looking for you. Yeah, you're a popular person. Popular person, just everyone out to get you. You know, from police to criminals. I mean, you're just all kinds of popularity. You're sitting on the street in front of Pete's all-night gun palace. Just all night. Guns all night. Sounds like a fun place. So, what do you want to do tonight? Well, the only thing open is Pete's all-night gun palace. And it sounds like some fun. It's sort of Chuck E. Cheese for kids. I mean, for adults. Chuck E. Cheese for adults. Let's see. Open the door. Move. And there is Ethan Ralph and his gun right there. You're inside Pete's all-night gun palace. The guy behind the counter says, "You want something?" That's a good question. And you can actually buy a gun. And use the $20 bill. You're going to pay, but the voice says we'll take what you want. Oh, I didn't quite realize. I was kind of too distracted. I'm like, wait, you got a $20 bill, but didn't you give that to that robber? And okay, take gun free. Thanks for the $20 bill. Thanks for the quarter. Jeez, bullets are just a quarter. Inflation's a bitch. Inflation is a bitch. Better grab as many of these. I think the guide says you have to grab just as many of these as you can. There's gonna be moments. There will be moments. Gotta check something here. Peter was kind of like freaking out memory-wise. Like it went like super high memory all of a sudden. It's like, what? What? That's great. It turned on all my suggestions on my computer. So now it makes annoying boom sounds and leap sounds, you know. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, your computer, we need to actually remind you about every little frickin' thing. Sometimes you get updates and stuff. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we gotta tell you about this, and we gotta tell you about that. It's like, could you not? Okay, so you got a taxi in front of you. What does I find with a computer? Sometimes you just need to take a nap. You take a nap, you wake up, and then it's like doing some kind of drama. And it's like, okay? Okay. And the last thing I did before I took a nap was like maybe watching something on Peacock, and that's just streaming, and you know, maybe I had it saved somewhere. I don't know, maybe that's using computer resources, or You're in the back of the cab. The hack in front seems nervous. I didn't know he was a hack. Apparently, you think taxi cab drive. Apparently, your character has a very low opinion of taxi cab drivers. He thinks they're all hacks. It's funny a lot of times in video games. A lot of times you can tell like the developer if they have like a low opinion of certain kinds of people. You know, class warfare. You know, you're like, I don't think all taxi cab people are bad. I think they're just trying to make a living. And, you know, the driver said bluntly, "Hey, mister, where do you want to go?" You got Sherman, West End, Peoria. The cabbie accelerates as you arrive at your destination. He looks at the meter and says, "Here you are. You owe me 75 cents. Okay. Looking at the guide. If there's any pausing, it's because I'm looking at the guide. Speak. Use. Use this on 8. Driver begins counting the fare. 1, 2, 3 quarters. Thanks a lot. Pal. Well, at least you didn't have to like pump as many coins as possible, and you know, like you put in one coin, more money. At least it kind of just was kind of automatic. Okay, move in that direction. You're outside the entrance to the expensive-looking Stanford Arms. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Lobby looks extremely clean. White pillars add a nice touch. Save the game. Just looking at the guide. Card. What would you like to use this on? As soon as you put the card in the slot, the elevator door swishes open. Everything's very slow. Very slow. You're inside the elevator. Card. Use another card key. You put the pass card in the slot. The elevator door slides shut and begins moving. You have no choice but to go along for the ride. The elevator stops and the door slides open. They're in a penthouse. You instantly feel that the owner of this place is well off. Well, they've done very well with crap coins, and plenty of shit coins, and they got their money before the rug pulled, so they were able to do pretty well for themselves, you know. Well, before of course the IRS came. Hopefully they moved to Indonesia or Thailand. And since they're not here, I assume they just did just that. There's nothing like a great work of art for inspiration. It's a photograph of the back. You find an address to ourselves, kids see in Chicago. My brain got confused there. I thought I was trying to say like Indiana or something. No, I just put in Chicago. The docks. It's their docks. Let's see. Use. Move. The elevator. How'd you like to use this on? You're using the card, you're putting the card in the slot. Elevator stops, and the door slides open. I'm kind of having a flashback to something, which is funny because it's a game about flashbacks. You're in the back of the cab, and now, yeah, we know the developer doesn't like taxi drivers. We don't need to keep going for that. No, I just wanted to spend the last few minutes of the video. I had a flashback. I remember watching as a kid GamePro TV. That's a flashback. That's some old school video gaming. That's like 1990, 91, 92 or something. And at the time, it was around the time of the launch of the Neo Geo, both the Neo Geo arcade machines and the console. And at the time of the Neo Geo, they actually was the first console, at least as far as I know, to have like a memory card. So you can actually put the memory card in, you can save your progress. But here's the thing about it. You can take that memory card to the actual arcade machines. Yeah, and you can actually take your progress and, put that in. I do have a Neo Geo AES, and it has a slot for a memory card. I haven't ever bothered to buy one. I'm sure the thing is worth a lot of money just for the fact that, it's kind of a collector's item. It was just kind of, I don't know, it's just a random little autistic memory popped up. Something, I think because there was that card right there. So I kind of went, you remember that? I'm like, oh my goodness, we're on a retro video game show. We can talk about it, even though, well, generally, in this character I'm at, I usually like to be hardcore NES games, but, well, it's around the same time as this game was out. So yeah, well, I'll bring it up. All right now, right now in the game, just going through my guide, seeing what items I need to pull off what I'm doing here. What would you like to use this on? On gun 1. Uh-oh, I'm getting my gun out. Okie dokie. You pull out the gun and point straight ahead and pull the trigger. Blam! The lock is gone. So the door is now open. Well, I hope there was a silencer or something on that. I mean, that's kind of a loud sound. I think you pulled a gun in a neighborhood. I think that I remember what was a Boogie 2988 did that, and he got some time. He got charged too. It's a bungalow. Bungalow. That's about all the time we have right now. We'll be back next show and be fiddling around more, and you can't take it. You just can't take it in these days and times. But you do take note 3. But that's all the time we have, and I'll see you next time.